Alright, here we go again with another episode of Watching Shoes. Watching Shoes. The watch is the Invicta Automatic Venom. Does not want to focus on that Victa. There we go. Functioning bezel, rose gold over stainless steel. 1,000 meter water resistant. Great watch underwater. Swimming water, pool water. Doesn't matter what kind of water. It's just a cool watch for underwater. Crystal clear visibility underwater because of that shining rose gold. Alright. And the shoe is Arigato. Strange enough, you would think this would be a Japanese shoe from Japan. It's actually a handmade shoe. Using Arigato, which I know is Japanese. It has Japanese characters on the inside, in between Axel and Arigato. And however, the shoe is made in Portugal. A lot of my muslins are made in Portugal. This is claimed to be a handmade shoe. Handmade sneaker. Love the stitching that's popping out at me, even though they're using the same color as the leather with the thread of the stitch, light blue, still pops out at you. It's a unique usage of multiple layered leathers. Leather throughout, inside and out. Let's check out how many stitches they've got available for us to see. Not many. So that's gonna fit like a glove because there's no real stitching going on in there. So that's gonna be a very comfortable shoe. To add to the comfort, you can see this heel area. They did do the suede there. They suede it out the heel. But they added some padding for your Achilles. Very unusual. I guess this is the kind of touches that you get when you're dealing with a handmade shoe. So, also one thing you get when you're dealing with a handmade shoe is error. As you can see, this goes in. It doesn't drop straight down. So errors do occur when you're dealing with handmade items, which I said in a previous video. It's actually some of the character that I like to see in a handmade shoe. Hand stitching, because for me that brings the shoe to life with respect to having human error, clear, visible human error. Obviously, a computerized, automated system would not allow that to have occurred. But when you're dealing with human beings, somebody probably asked another employee what happened to my lunch in the refrigerator, and probably that was the employee who ate that lunch because they were clearly distracted when they put that stitch in. All right, but that would be the character of the human error side of handmade things. But outside of that, I actually like the precision that you see as well with respect to the layered rubbers here and the changing of textures. I think they did a great job with that. This monotone color could have become a very boring shoe, but they mixed it up with how they applied each piece of leather in ways that you typically don't see. That's not a typical layered leather section there. I don't think any shoe I have has cut the leather in this fashion. But also this one, instead of being rounded, they kind of put an angle on it. So some of these things jump out at you. This is typically something you see when you have a hole cut shoe and it's covering where the leathers join up. So got a little hole cut aesthetic appeal there. This is also something, heel cover on the back, where you would put this going all the way up to hide where these leathers join in the back, so they got a double situation there with this one and this one, which is just style. Clearly you can see this is not a hole cut shoe. On the inside you don't feel the leathers joining here, but you put this here, kind of breaks up the hole cut nature of what would otherwise have been a hole cut looking shoe. So just a real good quality. It jumped out at me because of the quality and stitching. Even though there is error on the one back there, the stitching is done in a precise fashion, even in the midst of having a awkward curve or slant right here. The stitching is still on point. And the leathers are extremely high quality to the touch. There's no doubt about it. It's a beautiful leather. Portugal's got it going on when it comes to shoes, because a lot of my meslins are either made in Spain or made in Portugal. So they're doing something right in that corner of the little corner of Europe. Outside of that, we got the rubber bottom, same color, with the Arigato on the sole. You got the leather insole, all whited out. White leather tongue, sidewalls, suede, as we talked about earlier, suede heel. So a very simple shoe, but kind of pops out at you if you know shoes, because you're like, okay, that's not a typical design. That's pretty good bait. Causes you to go in a little further and you read, oh, it's a handmade shoe. That's why it's got a unique design. From Arigato, Japan, all the way to Spain, they still do not have fabric from here poking out here. So it's as if the whole world knows how to make a completed shoe. If you want a completed shoe, fit and finish, caring about the customer, caring about aesthetic appeal, you will not have fabrics poking out here, which so many shoes often do. A huge shortcut. Go ahead and finish the shoe, give the person a complete product. Beautiful setup here. That's about all I have for you on that one. They took something very monotone, very basic, very minimalist, and they made it complicated. Not with paint and designs and all kind of, just with skill and class. It kind of makes this shoe jump out at you. All right, appreciate you for watching another episode of Watching Shoes. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you.